let's get started with our first news, and this one is big. Tom Aspinall says Jon Jones is scared of him. On his TikTok, when asked if Jon Jones is afraid to fight him, Tom didn't hesitate for a second. He said, "True at the moment." Now, this is a massive statement coming from Tom Aspinall, who has been making serious waves in the heavyweight division. Calling out a legend like Jon Jones is not something many fighters would dare to do, but Aspinall is clearly confident in his abilities. As of now, there is no official announcement about a fight between the two, but Dana White recently made it very clear that he is confident this fight will happen this summer. If that's the case, we could be looking at one of the biggest heavyweight showdowns in UFC history. Now let's dive into this true or false session with Tom Aspinall, where he answers some interesting questions about his career and personal beliefs. First up, Tomas Pavic was the hardest puncher I've ever faced. False. Tom says he was expecting Pavic to hit hard, but in reality, he didn't take many shots from him, so it's hard to say who the hardest puncher he has faced actually is. Next, I'm the fastest heavyweight in combat sports? True. No hesitation here. Tom has always been known for his speed, and many believe he moves like a light heavyweight. I can speak fluent Polish? At first, he says yes, but then quickly changes his answer to false. According to Tom, he can hold a conversation, but he believes fluent means speaking effortlessly without even thinking, and he's not at that level yet. To be a fighter, you have to have a nasty side? True, but only to a degree. Tom agrees that fighting is an aggressive sport, but he doesn't believe you need to be nasty all the time. I could beat 2 flyweights in a fight, Eddie Hall style. His response, it depends. If they're UFC level, false. But if they're amateur level, true. Now, here's an interesting one. Will I ever get a face tattoo? Absolutely not. Tom shuts that down immediately. Dana White is the UFC's biggest star. True. Without a doubt, Dana White is the face of the UFC and the biggest name in the business. And what about this one? I can eat whatever I want because I'm a heavyweight. False. Tom makes it clear that nutrition still matters, even in the heavyweight division. Speed is more important than power. True. True. And finally, Jon Jones is scared to fight me. True. Tom says it with confidence. Now, moving on to the second news. Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo think Justin Gaethje may receive the next title shot. Cejudo strongly believes that after Justin Gaethje's dominant victory over Rafael Fiziev, he should have immediately taken the opportunity to call out Islam Makhachev for a title shot. Instead, Gaethje remained quiet, which Cejudo thinks was a big mistake. Nevertheless, despite missing that moment, both Cejudo and Usman still see a very strong possibility that Gaethje will get the next title shot regardless. Cejudo describes Gaethje's style in a very unique way. He says, he's got this hockey dirty boxing uppercut where he controls your neck and then boom, you're done. His ability to mix chaos with skill is what makes him such a dangerous challenger for the lightweight belt. However, Cejudo is not happy with how Gaethje handled the moment after his last fight. I'm kind of pissed at Justin Gaethje. He should have grabbed that mic and said, "Give me my damn title shot." Fighters need to sell themselves, and while Gaethje is a fan favorite, he's too humble when it comes to demanding his opportunities. That being said, Dana White still seems to be considering Gaethje for the next title shot, but what about Ilia Topuria? What's next for him? Well, the UFC is probably going to match him up against Dustin Poirier in what would be an insane fight, but when it comes to a potential fight against Islam Makhachev, it's clear that the strategy would be simple. Take it to the ground immediately. Nobody wants to eat an uppercut from Justin Gaethje or get destroyed by his kicks. I agree with you, Henry. You have to sell yourself in this sport. But Gaethje is just so damn honest, and that's why fans love him. While nothing is official, there is a real possibility that he will get that shot soon. But one thing's for sure, that camp will be tough as hell. Now moving on to another big news. Jon Anik says that Justin Gaethje should be the one to fight Islam Makhachev next. After Gaethje's unanimous decision win over Rafael Fiziev, Anik believes there's no better challenger for the lightweight title. Justin Gaethje wins this fight. Incredible, incredible win, Anik says, emphasizing just how significant this victory was for Gaethje's career. He adds, "It is crazy to think that his legacy could grow. Not exponentially, but as much as I think this win will do for him." There's no denying that Gaethje has already solidified his name as one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC, but a title shot would take his career to another level. I think he should fight Islam Makhachev, and I say that with respect to Charles Oliveira and Ilia Topuria. Now, let's bring in Kenny Florian. Kenny, what do you think about this matchup? I feel like Justin Gaethje is a fresh matchup for Islam Makhachev. He's a tried and true lightweight, right? That's a key point because two of Islam Makhachev's title defenses have already come against featherweights. Certainly, if Islam Makhachev had any say in it, he would choose Justin Gaethje. But here's the question, who would be the biggest pay-per-view draw? Would it be Topuria, Oliveira, or Gaethje? What would you do if this was the Florian Fighting Championships? Kenny responds, I would say, I would give Ilia Topuria that shot just based on what he's done at 145. Him coming up to 155, that's rare. We don't often get those super fight type matchups. Plus, he's been more consistent than Gaethje. But here's the thing, if I were making the decision, I think you have Gaethje fight the winner. That would be the best move for the division.